Kent. We're both PhDs and philosophy professors by training. We've got 35 years of teaching experience between the two of us. I'm now a software developer at Branding Brand. Kent is one of Pittsburgh's 10 people to meet. The Post-Gazette's 10 people to meet in Pittsburgh, so you can check them off your list, and I'll let Kent take it.
All right, so online education is the future. However, a major problem that both of us as university educators have personally encountered is that the tools currently available just can't replicate some of the most important features of offline learning. We're eLectern, and our mission is to make online education so compelling you'll actually prefer it.
Okay, so to that end, what we want to do this weekend is just build a better and more natural interface for online teaching.
10 seconds.
Okay, as of right now, I could really use a design person with some CSS skills, server person, kind of DevOps person, and then other people that we'll hope to meet as we go.
All right, clap, round of applause, you guys. Great job.
Hi, my name is Sarah Klein, and the problem that I'm trying to solve, that I've observed in my own youngest siblings, is the fact that kids just aren't as motivated to read these days. And so my idea, which I've dubbed Imaginate, is to build an interactive storybook along the lines of Choose Your Own Adventure, where kids actually make choices for their characters, resulting in an engaging activity that keeps up with their taste for technology, while still providing all the benefits of traditional reading. So this would capitalize on existing technology, iPads, iPhones, making it cheap to integrate into families, and in the classic styles such as Winnie the Pooh and Paddington Bear, which would make it amenable to parents who prefer the more classic styles. So right now, I really need a programmer and an artist, and I'm really excited about this idea, and I would love to have anybody join my team. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle King. I also go by Beyonce, and I'm here with my colleague Jay-Z. Right? I also go by the Learning Instigator, because ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to break learning back and make it sexy. Here's what we're trying to do. If you think about the way we think about kids, we think about them in terms of deficits, we think about them in terms of just one or two characteristics, but in fact, can we tell a much more dynamic story? And that's what our idea is with the Pittsburgh Thriving Index. A more complex, ready-time, real-time, that can pull data in the real world to see kids in their communities, what's happening right now, to have a more compassionate way in which we look at our young people. I'm looking for designers, I'm looking for programmers, I'm looking for anybody who has an imagination to really think about what education is supposed to be, which is how to not make a living, but how to make a life.
Hi guys, my name is Ashley, and how many of you know somebody who just can't sit still? Yeah. So, in my classroom, we have a couple kids who sort of, despite their best efforts, like to orbit. They sort of orbit the classroom, and it's a distraction to them, it's a distraction to the teacher, it's a distraction to the other students. And so I have an idea for an attachment that fits on a bike. And that bike goes on a trainer, and that gives the person who needs to get some energy out a workspace where they can just sort of sit and pedal and do their work. Now I have the idea. I need to clean up the idea. I need to have somebody who knows how to market that idea, and I would love other input on how to make it a something that you would want to use. The idea would be able to.
Oh, all right, time. Round of applause for Pedal Power.
Hi, my name is Greg Quinlan. I'm a executive director of a social service agency on the west side of town. I'm talking about driving Renaja. So Renaja had a snow day. She lives in public housing. She's one of the 35% of the people in the population that doesn't have a car. The library was open. She lives a mile and a half away. There was no way for her to get there. Let me tell you about Nancy and Bob. They're retired. They spend most of our time volunteering. They drive people all around all the time. How do we connect Renaja and volunteer drivers to get kids to after-school activities? That's my project. I need developers and designers. Thank you.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Jay. I'm from South Korea. I'm an international student. And in America, there are 820,000 international students in the college and 73,000 international students in high school. And here's the thing. However, there's no environment or resources that allow the American schools to interact with other international students or vice versa. So most of international students, they find the schools through the agents. They pay a lot of money to find the American school. Or the American schools send ambassadors to other countries. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort and money. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna create a website that allows the schools in America to interact with the other students internationally. And that allows them to save tons of money, effort, and money, and time.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Logan Hammerschmidt. I'm a junior at Grove City College. My idea solves the problem of motivating students to do their work and learn. The idea comes from an app called Every Penny Counts. Now the motivation is that everyone who answers a question, every time they answer a question, they get a penny. Sounds like a small amount, but it adds up for someone who's in second grade or anything like that. That money stems from parents who put in their credit card information and pay their child to learn. It's got a freemium model. That's how we make our money. It's free. You can also download and pay for the app to get it without any ads. It's really just a simple app. I need designers and I need developers. I really need someone that can program an app. And that's my idea.
Awesome.
Hi, we're Cole Bradley, Robert Mitchell, and Logan Beck. 3 of us are juniors in high school, and we have a big decision to make soon. What comes next? Knowing that 80% of college students change their major, as high schoolers, we need exposure to real careers in order to make the right decision the first time. That exposure is best found through job shadowing.
However, these opportunities are only available to those with crucial connections or who successfully navigate through a series of complex emails with a potential contact. We're not the only ones who feel this way. At a recent college fair, we interviewed students from local high schools and found that a majority had no experience in shadowing and had little help available to them from their high schools, even when it's made a graduation requirement.
We're going to change that with Emerge. Emerge is an online network that's going to connect students to businesses open to job shadowing. We connect students based on GPA, interest, and prior experiences. And we create a trusted platform that positions students for success.
Through Emerge, companies receive positive PR as well as exposure to future motivated employees, and the student gets the exposure necessary for moving out of the classroom to the perfect career. To build Emerge, we need a team of designers and developers. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hearing me tonight. My idea is called High Road. It is a social network that allows students, parents, and teachers to get together in the elementary school levels and help explain homework. Basically, just to help kids with their homework when parents cannot help them. I am looking for designers, computer science people, and anyone that just has a nice creative idea. Thank you.
All right, thanks guys. Hi, my name is Sarai. I am a permaculture teacher, a botanist, and an herbalist. And a friend of mine and I were in a parking lot about a year ago, and we were looking around at plants and realizing we had no idea what any of them were, even though I have that background. And we used field trip idea guides, we used Google, and we really just couldn't figure out what these plants were. We realized it's got to be a lot easier. We have to find a way to make the environment and botany a lot more accessible. So the tool that we're developing this weekend is a mobile app that basically makes plants accessible to students and to teachers so that you can actually teach this information. It's based on applying the botanical information pathways of the patterns of nature itself and walking you through yes and no questions that require you to directly engage with the environment. To answer these questions, you have to walk up to the trees, you have to walk up to the flowers, you have to walk up and play with the mushrooms. We need some developers, and we also are really looking for a graphic designer who has app development experience, who is a botanical illustrator. That's my perfect world. And if you want to play with plants, come join me.
Hello, I'm Becca. I teach first grade. So I want you to imagine an elementary school without buses, or without desks, or without books. We wouldn't deprive our students of these basic necessities, so why are schools being deprived of the basic technology that students need to enhance their learning? Today's schools lack the funding to purchase and maintain up-to-date tablets for each student, and therefore cannot meet the technological demands of today's society. There are over 75,000 educational apps available for download, but students need the hardware to use them. Middle and high schools have attempted to remedy this with bring your own device programs, but how do we get these devices into the hands of our elementary students? Team Padley will provide these devices. We will lease tablets to schools, deliver and pick them up, and provide maintenance and upkeep. Join me as we create a service that will revolutionize the way schools access technology. Team Padley.
Alrighty, great job.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and like many other elementary school teachers who use project-based learning in the classroom, I find that it's really hard to assess my young students in their project-based learning experiences. That's because most of what students are learning in those types of environments are interpersonal skills, not hard and fast skill sets. So, therefore, I would like to create an app called the Project Playground that provides students a chance to have a fun learning tool, but also provides teachers insight into crucial data to assess their students. This app would be a virtual world where students are given access to different games and puzzles that they can only gain access to through sharing information on their dispositions through the project-based learning projects. So each day, students would take pictures of what they're working on in the classroom and then take surveys that would show the teacher exactly what they're thinking and how they're feeling about the project, about the teams, and the challenges that they're facing. What I need developers and I need designers, but I know what students need and I know what would work well for my class.
Awesome. Hi guys, my name is Alina and I'm a grad student at the University of Pittsburgh. And something I recently realized is that oftentimes when I want to form a study group, it's very hard to find people who share the same classroom or in the same class or interested in the same topic, or if they, especially, believe it or not, Java, what I'm having trouble with. And so what I wanted to do is create an online environment, a collaborative learning environment that allows anyone to access this classroom online and learn something. It could be a study session, it could be a debate, it could be a discussion. And anyone can join, and it would feature these tools that you could utilize for that study session. What I need are designers, developers, educators, and anybody who's interested in this idea. So let's rock this weekend. Woo!
All right. Hi everyone, my name is Butter. 600 million children in the developing world can't get a basic education. More than 250 million are illiterate, and 50 million cannot even go to school. These kids live in absolute poverty. They live in disaster areas, conflict zones, or in areas that restrict open access to education. We are building an autonomous self-schooling platform that can teach these kids and empower them to teach themselves. And we're not the only ones that think this is a great idea. The X Prize is putting up $10 million to people that can solve this challenge. We want to enlist the help of you guys here to help us build an open source platform to do this, to empower these kids to teach themselves and to empower them to teach their peers. That's it. We need developers and designers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm LaToya Williams, and I'm the founder, starter, idea, haver of Iron Will. And Iron Will stands for inevitably evolving, revolutionary by necessity while inspiring lifelong learning. And I'm not really here to compete, I'm here to ask all of you to help create an infrastructure for learning. I'm hoping that every idea rocks, that everybody's idea gets going, and that we can come together to make learning more accessible for every single student. And so I'm hoping that we can do this by helping them with problem-solving skills. My background is in engineering. I came from the third poorest region in America to go to CMU, the third best in engineering. And so I know it has to happen. I know the challenges. I know how to make it happen. And I know that everybody's needs is multifaceted. But I'm hoping that we can give kids 5 steps for using engineering design. And so I will hope that I can connect with every educator, developer, technician to be able to do this. Thank you.
So let's share an assumption. You can learn a lot in school, but you can't learn everything. Kenny, what do you want to learn?
I want to be a better public speaker.
Great. How are you going to go about that?
I can go online, I've bought books, someone even tried to sell me a $1,000 weekend seminar.
Problem with that is it's impersonal, it's expensive, and it's hard to tell who to trust. Here's the thing. In this room in Pittsburgh, out there in the world, is someone who knows exactly what Kenny wants to learn and is willing to teach it to him. Enter SkillSourced.
So what we're trying to build is an online platform where anyone, any age, anywhere can teach and learn from people around the world. Our users will get matched with people who can help them develop the skills they need, and teachers can charge for their services, but they also get rated, so you know who to trust. So whether you're getting coached or teaching a kid in Guatemala.
I'm John, this is Kenny. We're looking for developers, designers, and people who love this idea and want to help refine it. Thank you.
Join us.
Hi everyone, my name is Raj Pandey. I'm a math teacher in Baltimore County. I just drove here after work, and my 2 friends that are here, they flew from Mississippi. So as you can tell, we are very excited for this idea. Now what thank you, I appreciate that. Now what exactly? Now before I get into what Root 10 is about, I want to tell you something about experiences that I see in classrooms every day. my students are constantly asking me questions. How was college? Are the girls cute? They're always asking me questions. And that made us realize our students don't have mentors. Actually, for low-income communities, the ratio for students to counselors is 1,000 to 1. As you can see, their rich counterparts have a huge advantage in getting into colleges. So what is our solution? We want to create Root Ed, a platform where high school students can link with young professionals like you who have interest in public speaking or teaching a Spanish language or anything. And you now connect with high school students. What do we need? We need developers, we need some designers. And we'd love to create this in 54 hours. Thank you.
Has this ever happened to you? You're in the science classroom. You want to ask your kids to ask questions, but in their labs, the questions are already asked. You want your kids to design a procedure, but their activities, they're already laid out step by step.
We want students not just to do science, but to think science. This is Dr. Brendan Mullen, an astronomer and science communicator.
And this is Amanda Joy, a seasoned science teacher.
And together, we are the
Wrinkle Brain Project!
We want to wrinkle students' brains with the Gedankens or thought experiments.
We want to guide students through multimedia investigations of still unanswered scientific problems. Students are going to provide their own research programs. They're going to bring their own background information. They're going to ask their own questions. They're going to design their own hypotheses, and they're going to design their own experiments. Meanwhile, a network of scientists like me will help push them along the way.
This is how science actually works, and this is what we can provide. Developers and designers, please join us.
Join us!
Hey, my name is Kaden. I'm a bit of a young gun coming up here. I'm actually only 13, so a lot longer than most. Yeah, a lot younger than most. My idea is called Music Equals Memory, and I came up with it 20 minutes ago. I was thinking a couple days ago when I was watching the news with my parents, I heard a story that playing an instrument helps you increase memory. And the more memory you have, the more you can remember from school and other things. So my idea is to get instruments to schools with underfunded music programs and teach students music so they can have large memories and generally keep more knowledge from school. Thank you. I need designers, educators, and if anyone here plays an instrument, that helps too.
Hey everyone, my name is Z, and my background is electrical engineering from Georgia Tech. My app is called Homework Buddy. It's a collaboration tool for students to get their homeworks done tonight. When I was a student and I had a problem and I was stuck, I had no way of asking other people help me right now because I had to call my friend and ask him over the phone. It doesn't work right now. It's 2015 and people are still struggling getting their homeworks done when they're at home and they're not around their homework buddies. I have a solution for that. It's an Android iOS app, and where students join their courses on Homework Buddy, share their problems, and get homeworks done really quick, really fast. Teachers can join, and there is a business model behind it. I'll explain later. If you're interested in doing this, come find me. I'm looking for developers and designers. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan. I'm a math teacher at York School District just down the road. And I have a problem. I hate grading papers, and I know most teachers do, especially in the math world, but the one thing I most enjoy about math and grading math papers is seeing students work. So there's a lot of great opportunities out there with automated homework systems that grade them for you. The problem is you can't see the students' work and you can't get an idea of what they're thinking. Our idea, which is Math Middleman, MQ, will take best of both worlds, of the paper and the digital world. What we want to do is to market this idea out to all the schools that are going to one-to-one iPads or Android tablets or Chromebooks or whatever, and to push this out so teachers can simply push out questions to students in their devices. The students will take the time and answer. The automated part will be the students will get automated results right away. They'll know if they're right or wrong. But the best part is that I'll be able to see if their work is correct and I can provide them with individual, personalized feedback. I need a designer, I need help with development, I need a database guy, I need some marketing. That's my idea. Thank you very much.
Hey, my name is Ben Sheen. I'm here with my business idea called Classer.
I'm a college student, so like many other college students, I balance 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 classes every semester. So personally, I like working with other students and collaborating, maybe working on assignments, sharing class notes, preparing for tests. So one word that can describe this process is messy. I mean, emails, email attachments, Word documents flying around. It starts to sound a lot like my dorm room. So what is really needed is Classroom. Classroom is an online collaboration virtual tool that enables students to simply go in, look for the college, find their class, either create or join an existing shared space where the shared space has a set of tools that will enable students to work together. So I'm looking for designers, developers, anyone who's really interested in helping me take this idea through ideation and to actually implementing it. Thank you very much.
My name is Haley Nerlich, and I'm a senior at Grove City College, and I'd like to talk to you about lunchtime. Children cannot learn without the proper nutrition, so they can't learn to understand what your app needs to do if their brains aren't developed to know what they need to do. Every public school district uses the National School Lunch Program, which provides children with free or reduced cost breakfast and lunch, if their families hit a certain income requirement. But there are 3 months out of the year that they can't access those free meals, which we all know and love the summer. But to these children, summer means eating whatever mom brought home from the food bank, or 1 meal every 2 days, or going hungry. Lunchtime is a non-for-profit food truck service that will give children free lunch during the summertime. It will be supported by a for-profit food truck based here in Pittsburgh. The purpose of lunchtime is to provide nutrition to children in underserved rural areas, giving them the opportunity for better brain development and a step in the right direction. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wesley, and I have a big idea to break down barriers of race and class in the Pittsburgh area by closing the achievement gap between low-income and high-income students. And I want to do that through 3 programs that happen over 5 weeks over the summer. For 5 weeks, I want to offer a full-day free rigorous literacy camp for low-income students entering K, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. At the same time, I want to offer a co-parent camp that requires parents to come at least once a week or 3 times a week and offers learning about how to increase literacy at home, also how to encourage the social and cognitive development environment at home. Also, I want to offer those parents an opportunity to be given a $1,000 grant in their community where they can better their community. Finally, I want to change racial attitudes in Pittsburgh by offering a paid camper experience for 4th grade through 6th grade that will also encourage changing attitudes about race in Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jordan. So I grew up with learning disabilities and ADD, and I hated school. I hated engaging in writing, learning how to write, learning how to read was hard. And so the research suggests that learning by doing is a more effective way to engage students. And my idea of story blocks is essentially to allow kids to create stories using physical objects. Those objects then would kind of be imported into the digital space where they could continue building the stories in other locations. So it's collaboration, it's learning by doing, and it's creating stories, inspiring creativity. I need people who are engineers, designers, some people, ideally educators, and some people with business backgrounds to think through this project. I'm excited about it, and I hope that we get a good team together. That's it.
Hi, my name is Richard King. I'm here with, to represent Mindful Pittsburgh. The idea is that the missing key for many of our students is that they have stress or emotional difficulties or lack the ability to calm themselves. Typically, I flatline when I'm in a situation like this and can't read or write. But basically, if I had been taught from kindergarten through 12 how to do mindfulness relaxation, then I wouldn't have these kinds of emotional turmoils when I'm presented with an emotionally challenging situation. So my app would basically provide mindfulness training for teachers, for their students, for urban youth, for summer camps, for veterans, for high school, college adjudicated youth, police, and for 40,000 prisoners coming out of Pennsylvania state prisons every year.
What do you need?
I need some help.
Hi, my name is Erin, and I am a sophomore entrepreneurship major at Grove City College, and this is my idea. It's called Inspired. I work at the YMCA, and people like me, I'm an entrepreneurship major. I wasn't taught how to teach kids who have special needs or have autism, and that's an issue. I need to be able to communicate with them well, to be able to teach them better. They can benefit from this if I'm more well-educated. And so I just want to build a digital platform to be able to teach people like me to teach kids with special needs and autism in a better way. So I need educators who know things about special needs, developers, designers, whatever you got, I can use you.
All right, round of applause. Great job.
How you guys doing? My name is Mike Butler. I'm a Air Force veteran and a current student at Penn State. So a recent survey, or rather study, of 22 leading nations, American students born between 1980 and 1997 ranked last in technology problem solving. So I hope somebody else is trying to solve that problem. But if you were born after 1998, especially kids born in the last 5 years, it's my belief that coding and programming is going to be just as essential and fundamental to a child's education as reading and arithmetic was for us growing up. What I would like to do is design mobile software to teach kids the fundamentals of programming through gamification. Simple, intuitive, elegant, that a kid anywhere between K through 4 could learn. I need design, development, and anybody that can tell a good joke. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lauren, and I'm a linguist. And I teach at higher education levels, but even though I'm a linguist, I still am learning foreign language and having my own problems. So I learned French on Duolingo, no less, and I went to Montreal, and what did I do when somebody tried to talk to me in French? Froze up. I had no practice conversing in French. I went to Belgium. I tried to converse. What did people say? You speak English, practice with me. Great. So my idea is to make an app or a website or something, I just came up with this like 10 minutes ago, to practice conversation. So you'd have like a computer-generated voice. You'd start off by reading. It would have voice recognition where it could recognize what you're saying. Then you move on to remembering the conversations with the computer-generated voice. And then maybe there'd be like a paid level where you could actually pay to converse with a native speaker. Maybe the native speaker would make money. Still got to figure this all out. I'm a linguist. I have very few coding skills. I don't have any development experience. I'm bad at design. But I'm a linguist, so I can handle the foreign language teaching part. So I need developers, designers, I need all the help I can get. So if you're interested in helping converse in language, come talk to me.
Awesome.
Great job.
Many of you don't know who I am, but the one thing you know is I am an educator. I've educated at young as 12th, second grade, as old as now I'm actually teaching most people at the age of 45. And the one thing that's common across the board is excuses. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Hey, Mike, when's that paper gonna come in? Man, I got sick, it's just been crazy, I'm sorry. Hey, Taylor, how's that paper going? Oh man, I got pregnant over the weekend. That's happening. So you know what? I'm tired of excuses. Instead, I want to find out whether you're lying to me as an instructor. So, my idea, my dog ate it. We'll look up everything on social media. We'll look up everything. We're going to call your parents. We're going to call your family. We're going to call your doctor if you're really sick or not. Now, you're probably wondering, is this illegal? Let's worry about that in the weekend. All right? All I need are people who get this.
Hey guys, my name is Zach Holtz. I just came up with this idea like 5 minutes ago, and the name of it is Just Doodle Do It. Growing up, I was homeschooled, and I did math with my mom, and I absolutely hated math, and I would always doodle on the sides of the pages, like a lot of us have done, and I might get like a slap on the wrist from my mom if I did that, but then one day she realized, hey, maybe we can use this to teach in math. So then she said like, oh, well, what if you like divide this character by this character? And we use those characters in the places of like algebra equations. And through that, I actually learned math pretty well when I was young, just using the characters. So the idea is an app where you take a picture of the doodles you make, like the doodles your kids make, and then the app actually uses those in the equations and uses those to teach kids math.
10 seconds.
I need everybody, so all different kinds of people. So I would just like you guys to doodle do it with me.
Hi, my name is Jackson. I'm a freshman entrepreneurship major at Grove City College. My idea is called Studyfy. Yeah, I totally ripped off Spotify. Don't tell them. Pretty familiar problem. Study a bunch of stuff. Get to the test. Don't remember any of it. Pretty universal. So my idea is basically to use music to link a subject in your mind with certain songs. And then over the course of a semester, a school year, you would kind of have this one playlist that would be for that topic. So like take my marketing class last semester. Every time I study marketing, I would just turn on my marketing playlist. It's completely unique to every other playlist. So I'm linking those marketing definitions, concepts to certain songs. That's going to help me remember it. I need people that know how to use computers in ways that can do this thing. I don't know how to do that. Please help.
Hi guys, my name is Adam Lowe, and my idea is something called Life Song. So today in America, there are over 60,000 youth in juvenile detention centers. These kids, more than anyone else, deserves our attention and need the opportunities to get jobs and to get skills that help prepare them for when they get out of the juvenile detention centers. So what is my idea? My idea is to create a mentorship school type program where they go to the juvenile detention centers and teach the kids how to play music while also mentoring to them. How do you get these people ahead and how do you change their lives, their broken past and everything? You mentor them and you help them bring them back up from the dust. Music has been a huge transformative power in my life in helping my character and helping me set visions for my life. And it also gives you skills that you can apply to the real world in performance and editing and all that stuff. So my goal is to teach these kids how to play music by ear so that they can get the skills and they can bring them back up from the dust. So I need anyone who's interested in music and anyone who's interested in mentoring and would like to help get this idea off the ground. Thank you very much.
Hi. I like my team name. I'm not very original. Hi, my name's Ryan. I'm a systems administrator around here. Systems admin, little programmer, that kind of thing. I had kind of this idea that's banging around in my head. The kids go through high school and then they go to college and then they go to work. That's kind of how it works. At least that's how the way it's supposed to work. Obviously 2008 recession and whatnot, you got something like 15% effective unemployment. A lot of kids go to college and they don't know why they're going or what they're going for. I kind of had an idea of taking publicly available data on various jobs you can do, what the college majors are requirement for it, what do they get paid, what kind of hours you have to put into that, and work that into a database on regionally, and then have kids be able to look at it and say, hey, I want to do this here, what can I realistically expect from that? I need people on front end specifically, and then developers.
All right, round of applause.
Cool, so I'm going to pitch the mythical unicorn of education technology. The mythical unicorn is something that the folks at Google said we won't be able to do with Google for another 400 years, which is to curate stuff better than your local reference library. So right now, all of you are helping to add to the giant total of learning content that exists in the world. So when I type into Google, I want to learn X, I get all this garbage from ehow.com and oprah.com and all these places. And when I want to find the best thing to learn about any subject, there is nowhere to go. So I'm going to create, what's it called? Oh, the World Tree. It's a place where we curate all of the best learning content on every subject so that when you want to learn about a thing, you can go and find the best thing to help you learn about that thing. That's it. I don't need anyone. I'm going to do it alone.
Hi, my name is Ryan. I lead product for a Carnegie Mellon-backed startup called Akatar, and we help research universities bring their courses online. And when we work with faculty all throughout the country, we hear time and time again that the use of video is increasing, for better or for worse. And one of the worst things about video is that it's very much a one-way street. And so what LectureMark is going to do is take a time-based video player and allow students to stop the video at any time and ask a question that can then be routed to a faculty member or course personnel. They can answer that question so that both the question and the response are posted, or it can be open to students to actually answer that as well. We're looking for developers, creative folks, anyone who might be interested in this. Marketing people would be great, especially faculty who work with video. That would be wonderful. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Ahmad. I am currently a student at Pitt. I'm a student for CS, but I've been studying game design for about 7 years now. I've also been a substitute teacher in Israel for 2 years. And my idea is, I know lots of people here play games, board games, video games, whatever. And if a game is really like interesting to you, you'll spend more time on your own studying that game than you would a class. So my idea is not per se to gamify education, which is also something, but to include more real information and real studying in actual AAA games. Because you look at a game like Dragon Age, which has 100, 200 hours of gameplay in there, and there's a whole wiki. World of Warcraft has a whole wiki. People use World of Warcraft for all sorts of things. So I would need designers and programmers. Yeah, so I just came up with this. I don't even have a name.
But you know his face, so find him. All right, thank you so much. Round of applause. All right.
Someone else has to decide to come up after me, so I'm not the last one here. Gotta go on a high note. So, hi, my name's Dan. I'm a volunteer here. Come find me if you need anything during the weekend. But here's my idea. Came up with this 30 seconds ago. The smartest kids in my classes, when I was in college, when I was in high school, the way they studied, I figured this out after the fact. I figured out what they were doing to me after the fact, is they would teach me how to learn the topic at hand that I had a test for the next day. They were getting the better end of that bargain, because the person who teaches the kid is the one who actually learns, right? So if you get kids to teach each other, then they're going to learn more effectively. They'll learn things faster, they'll retain things more. So build an online platform where kids can write fake questions for the upcoming quiz or the upcoming exam and share them with each other, right? Maybe it's a book that there are 300,000 kids in the United States reading. Come up with questions related to that book, okay? I'm not gonna work on this, so this thing needs everything. I don't know what to call it either. I said quiz me. You guys will come up with something better than that, but just throwing it out there.
Awesome. Well done, Dan. Well done. All right, you guys. Just 3 hours ago, you didn't necessarily know one another. Maybe you were thinking about something to pitch, maybe you weren't, but you guys did it, and I want to recognize each and every one of you who came up here. It is not easy at all. I don't care if you've been practicing or not, to come up here and share your ideas with the world. So if you did come up here and pitch, you were one of the 48 of this event, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause, please. Who are you? Please stand up. Round of applause, you guys.
All right, let's get ready. We've already selected our top 12 for the evening. Sadly, one of them is not. My dog ate it. I'm still devastated. I will move on, but not tonight. All right, we're selecting these in descending order. Who knows what? All right. First up is Code Trail. Come on up to speak with the Code Trail. Next up, we have the Project Playground. Give it up for Project Playground. Oh, it's so sticky. Next up, we have Electurn. Just a couple of PhDs. The Pittsburgh Thriving Index. Pitched by Beyonce herself. Lunchtime. I'm just guessing this might derive from Grove City College. Just guessing. Classroom. Next up we have the SEO-friendly Field Trip. Field Trip. Thank you. Appropriate time to wear heels, okay. The Wrinkle Brain Project. Sans Lab Coat, apparently. Apparently this is the formal session of the event. This is so awkward for me to hold this. Yes, take your time, please, take your time. It's not like I'm announcing other people. No, it's not. They're patiently waiting. Oh, please, yes, this is totally appropriate, yes. Root Ed. Awesome. Next up we have Every Penny Counts. We've clearly been taken over by Grove City College. Imaginate! And our final idea, can I get a pretend drum roll, please? All right, that'll do. Immersion! This is an under 18 team. Oh, and they got top score. All right, now comes the crazy fun part.